This week on the Wildcat Report, cheer makes their way to nationals, Logan Hawkins and his musical career, and the diseases that hide in the wrestling mats.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Emily Seaton.
And I'm Hadfield, and this is the Wildcat Report. Yesterday, the competition cheer team made their way down to Florida to compete in the national cheer competition. We go to Emily and Olivia with the story.
Conditioning, choreography, tumbling, an undefeated season, and just 2 competitions left, Millard West varsity competition cheer heads to nationals to keep their winning streak. The team has been hard at work preparing for the biggest competition of the season, nationals.
We've been going in detail on every part of our routine, like cutting down deep into it and making sure everything is completely perfect instead of just doing it over and over and over again.
Starting a few weeks before nationals, the team's practices got increasingly more difficult, and they tried to make their routine perfect before the big event.
If you're not pulling it, then our coach is taking us out, we just done more pull-outs and worked on our routine more and conditioned more.
The cheer team practices 4 days a week with a total of 9 hours, putting in dedication and hard work. This is their chance to show they have what it takes.
What sets this team apart from others is their level of commitment, and just the hours that they put in a week are above and beyond anyone, at least in the state of Nebraska. So yeah, just the hard work and practice that they put in.
The Wildcats will perform this Sunday at the High School Cheerleading Championships in Orlando, Florida. After all their preparation and hard work, they are ready to take the mat. This has been Emily Torring and Olivia Coleman with the Wildcat Report.
One student showed his talents on Twitter, and now he's on the stage.
Logan Hawkins is making his way through the music industry. We go to Shannon and Zach with the story.
Young talent roams the hall in Millard West. One student in particular, though, stands out among the crowd. Sophomore guitarist Logan Hawkins received his first guitar his 6th grade year, and ever since he has been playing.
So when I was younger, I would go to lessons, just kind of the traditional way, like go sit down with an instructor in a room for 30 minutes or whatever. But really I learned the most from just doing what a lot of people do in this generation now, just going online and watching the greats.
And ever since he has been playing, he's received numerous awards and even starred on The Morning Blend. Last summer, at Turner Park in Midtown Crossing, Logan's band performed at Jazz on the Green in front of around 12,000 people.
My blues band, Dilemma, won Best Blues Band of the Year through Omaha Performing Arts this last summer in a competition.
He is very intuitive when it comes to stylistic playing. So if he's playing blues, if he's playing jazz, if he's playing pop, and we do a lot of that in the show bands, he will be able to adjust on the fly. He is, for his age and being a student, he is one of the better guitarists I've ever worked with, including some that I worked with in Chicago.
Logan hopes to continue his music when he gets older.
I hope he's doing music in some form, if it be gigging on the weekends and playing for fun as a hobby, or if it is actually a career for him.
I expect to see him in ensembles around town, or even farther than that if he goes out of town.
I think no matter what I end up doing, I'll want to play music, whether I'm performing or teaching, or even if it's just a side gig. I think I'll continue to do music.
This has been Shannon Wurtele and Zach Willis with the Wildcat Report.
Thanks Shannon and Zach for putting Logan in the spotlight.
This week we have a special edition of Sports Corner. It's dedicated to wrestling and the hidden threats. We go to JD, Andrew, and Zach with the story.
Wrestlers' skin diseases can be considered a regular thing, and staying healthy is oftentimes a problem for almost all wrestlers. So cleanliness is key all throughout the season. When talking about these different types of diseases, one of the more common for wrestlers is cauliflower ear. The name cauliflower comes from the ear looking like a cauliflower, and this oftentimes occurs from being hit in the ear a repeatable amount of times.
Cauliflower is it's when the skin separates from the cartilage on your ear and it forms a hematoma, which is a puzzy sac in your ear, and that separates the skin. So like if you don't drain it, then the ear will form more cartilage.
For Ben, the treatment is nearly day to day. When his ear fills up with the pus and blood, his mom helps him to clean it all the way out. Ben says his cauliflower ear affects him a lot, especially when he's wrestling and when he's getting it cleaned out. The other type of disease that can spread oftentimes in wrestling is impetigo. This disease can be transmitted very easily and will create small blisters in nearly any part of the body.
They diagnosed me about a week after I noticed some bumps and stuff, and they gave me some average medication for it, but after that didn't work. We went back and got even more powerful stuff, but by then it had spread down my face.
For trainers, they do what they can to keep all wrestlers safe.
We ask them to change their clothes and wash them every night. That helps out. If they find anything on them, we have soap that they use, some special soap that we bought, but if they have anything on them, we ask them to go right to the doctor and get it cleared up.
And while most of these injuries only last for a short while, coaches and players still must be very conservative to stay healthy.
We'll evaluate the skin disease, look at potential for whether or not it's going to be contagious or not, whether or not they can spread it throughout the team, whether or not it's legal at the NSAA to wrestle with it.
This has been JD Wessel on wrestling skin diseases. Stay safe, Wildcats.
Thanks, guys, for that news update. I'm Corey Hadfield.
And I'm Emily Seaton, and this has been the Wildcat Report. Have a good day, Wildcats.